Hello, welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. So this is a shakedown video of the saddle saw iron butt challenge, the attempted one. If you've seen those previous videos, you'd have seen that I actually haven't achieved success with it. So I won't spoil it too much, but I assume you've watched the previous video to then be watching this one. But if you do stumble upon this video first, then maybe watch the actual saddle saw challenge and then come back to this one. I certainly believe that I'm physically and mentally up for the job. I physically was fine actually. The following day I ached a little bit, the legs ached a little bit, but overall I was good. Slight tiredness, which would be acceptable really, because I had, I think, 7 hours sleep the previous night to that, up and about for 4 o'clock in the morning, and went right through to bedtime around about 9:30 in the evening. So quite a number of hours awake. But overall, I didn't actually have any dramas, physical or mentally actually. So what else have I learned? You have to be disciplined, and I don't think we were as disciplined as we should have been. So what I mean by that is actually the breaks, the stops, fuel stops. You have to stop for fuel occasionally, but I think overall we had maybe one too many stops, especially initially in the morning. But then again, what really set us aside was the bitterly icy cold of wind that morning. It wasn't really forecast for that, I don't think. I mean, it did say it was a bit breezy, but there was a wind chill factor, and it should have been 11 degrees in the morning. It was actually 8 or 9. With the wind, it took it right down to maybe like 5-6 degrees, so it felt really cold. And so we were a little bit unprepared for that. And from then on, it took us a wee while to actually like thaw out. And I think that was the reason as to why we had a few extended breaks, which was actually a little bit of a mistake. If anyone's actually thinking of doing something like this, be prepared. I think we were pretty much prepared. I personally had my bike serviced just prior to doing the actual iron butt challenge. The bike performed really well. I had fuel on board, extra fuel in the panniers. Jim, who has a GS, has a bigger tank than mine, so he was obviously better for fuel for longer durations. But if you're going to attempt something like this on, say, a Triumph 900 Rally or GT Pro, maybe take extra fuel. If you have panniers, that is, or plan your routes for taking in petrol stations that will be open 24 hours a day. We also had plenty of food and water, so that was key. I actually didn't eat and drink maybe as much as I should have done, but I felt fine. Like I said, I didn't actually have any fatigue. Only once did I feel fatigued, and that was I think on the second stop. So we had to stop intentionally anyhow for a coffee. I just need to perk up. I actually did feel a little bit tired. I'm not a morning person, so that's my excuse. And also another thing that I've learned really, and I'm glad I did this, I was going to attempt this whole ride alone, which really would have been foolhardy, a bit foolish really. If anything would have happened, I'm in the sticks of Western Australia. When would somebody have been able to assist me? That would have been a major question. So to actually do the ride with at least another person, that's definitely a must, really. So I don't know why I was thinking of maybe doing it on my own. It was a very late decision by Jim. Thank you, Jim, for coming and offering his time and his company as well. It was really much appreciated. Other things I've learned, and again, this was part of my preparation, so I think I did really prepare pretty well for this. But one of the preparations I did was actually to foresee potential aches and pains. I'm of a certain age. I don't mind saying that I'm actually currently 55 years of age, and I'm getting older, which means I have a few aches and pains. So to take actual painkillers, if you need them, if they're necessary, then obviously take them with you. I did, and I think that really helped with minimizing the following day and the day after as well. I was in good nick. And adding to that, having some cycling shorts, I bought a brand new pair of cycling shorts with the Jello, and they really helped. The saddle on the Triumph Tiger 900s, it's not exceedingly firm, but I realized that I would need some support. So the cycling shorts came in really, really handy. Also, I bought just some cheap offcuts of foam, which meant that as and when my saddle became a little sore with the cycling shorts, then I just had an extra bit of comfort, if you like, with placing the foam then. So I think I was, maybe 5, 6 hours in, 7 hours in, so a fair chunk of the way in for what we completed, which was just over 11 hours, I think. So I think 3/4 of the way around, I used the foam, and that helped as well. So I suppose the question is, would I do it again? Could I find someone else to do it again if Jim wasn't volunteering? Would I actually attempt the whole ride again? That's a really good question. To answer that, I suppose I'd have to mention that Jim and I are going to attempt to sort of complete as far as we went previously. So we're not going to actually do the whole Iron Butt Challenge again, but we're going to be looking at doing just over 1,000 kilometers as of where we were traveling, where we ended up basically. So we got to Ravensthorpe, and our intention from Ravensthorpe was to get down to Albany, and then from there towards Margaret River back towards Innerlew. So we're pretty much 90% committed, I suppose. We're just going to iron out a date, but in early January of 2025, so in the next month, we're looking to recommence from where we left off. After that, I suppose my answer would be, would I do the whole thing again to try and attempt and complete the 1,610 kilometers or 1,000 miles? I don't know. I really don't know. We did 973 kilometers on our first attempt, and it was just over 11 hours of riding. So it really is more so, I think, the light. I've mentioned before in WA, Western Australia, we're approaching summer, well, we are in summertime now, and it gets dark at 7:30 in the evening. Now, if it was 8:30, 9 o'clock, having that sort of extra daylight up your sleeve to actually try and complete an Iron Butt Challenge, then that would be really good. So even in January, at best, it's going to get dark at 7:30. So when we have to be, again, most definitely disciplined on our route around. So less breaks, or if we have breaks, we should be doing at least 10-minute breaks, I think. Which reminds me, thank you for the comments to the previous video in relation to maybe where we went wrong, and also some hints and tips to from a person who actually has done this. So thank you for that. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I actually attempt it in the nearish future, maybe within the next 6 months. I'm not sure. Again, that it's always going to get a little bit darker now, and if we did this in more the winter months, it's dark by, what time is it? I think about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not really going to be ideal to attempt this in winter time. So there's a certain time of year that it's doable. So we'll see. thanks for watching. It's been a very interesting attempt, that first attempt anyhow. I've learned quite a few things from that. I think we will definitely make that little route around going down to Albany and so on back home. So I think that's doable as well, and hopefully we get to do that. It'd be nice to sort of complete that whole ride as we'd planned, obviously not within the 24-hour period. And if this sort of content appeals, then please subscribe. It's free, and maybe we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.